What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. And today, lots to talk about, and we'll look ahead to the game against Olympiacos. Jamaica time FC. Apologies, people. You know, I'm following Aubameyang's role at the moment, turning up late. And I know what you're all thinking, people. You're like, yo, I know what I said. I know what I said. I said, I ain't buying no training kit until we win the Europa League. They done me, man. They played on the emotion. The 4-2-4, man, the black and red. I couldn't deny it, people. I couldn't deny it, you know, the hoodie as well. I was like, yo, I'm copping that, man. We beat Spurs, you know. I thought, you know, I'm going for it, man. I'm going for it. I bought training kit, man. I felt like a sellout still. Imagine what Stan Kroenke's thinking right now. This guy hammers me every week and then goes and buys the training kit, man. The emotion done me. We beat Spurs, man. I had to cop it. It's limited edition as well, people. Yo, I know, man. I know. I let myself down, but hey, it's only money, right? It's only money. Big up everyone in the comments. I knew you'd do it. Oh, man. Do you know what it was? I'll tell you the honest truth. I got an email on my phone saying, you know, training kit last few bits available on the website. I went on the website. I thought, if they've got my size, if they've got a medium hoodie, I'm getting it. I went on there and they had the medium. And I thought, I can't turn it down, man. Yeah, bro, I turned it to time, man. No, no more. I'll try not to anyway. I'll try not to. As long as they don't bring nothing else out that looks that good. Oh, man, I sold out, man. I sold out. The Tottenham win done me, man. He's done it again. He's done it again. Kent said, man, I was going to order. Then I thought, no, be strong. Yeah, I put it up as a joke, but couldn't deny it, man. Couldn't deny it. They better go and spend money in the summer transfer window, man, because, you know, I've put money into the club now. I expect things to happen. Hit the likes, people. Hit the likes. Just smash a like simply for me buying the training kit, at least, people. We got lots to talk about today. Lots to talk about. We'll look ahead to the game. I said I didn't buy the hoodie bought me. It feels like that, but damn, man, it's nice, people. Anyone who bought it, I don't think you'll regret it. I'm not gonna lie, it's nice, but hey, man said Stan's boy. Nah, allow me, Joshua. Putting money in Stan's pocket. Listen, let's get into Arsenal. Olympiacos tomorrow. Lots to talk about, lots going on. And yeah, let's look ahead to the game. Let's talk about a few things. Now, no bed covers or wallpaper, you know. You dirty little... All right. Let's big up everyone who tuned in yesterday and put your comments in for the best ever Arsenal 11. I know we had a little debate on a few players and the people that I put on the bench. I saw your teams. I will respond to your comments after this video. And people, go and check that one out if you haven't already. Right, let's have a look what's happening today on what's been going on. So Mikel Arteta has just done his press conference about 45 minutes ago. He had a few things to say. It wasn't the most, you know, energetic of press conferences. It was quite a calm one. And Arteta was asked about Gabriel Martinelli, why Martinelli is not being given game time. This video went out yesterday of Martinelli in training, where he looked very sharp in training. And, you know, a lot of people were saying because of the things he was doing, are we kind of getting him ready to become a striker next season? And he looked sharp, to be honest. But yeah, no, he looked sharp. He looked sharp. And he was asked about it today. Arteta's response was, the question was, why is Martinelli not being given regular game time at the moment? And his answer was, Arteta or Martinelli, if anything, it's my fault. He's done everything perfect. He trains incredibly well every day. His attitude couldn't be better. He's disappointed he's not playing, but he needs to be patient as well. I mean, I wish he would allude to the answer a little bit more. You know, why does he need to be patient kind of thing? I suppose it's to do with the injuries. And, of course, he's trying to I suppose, squeeze Willian into the team. He's also got Pepe. Obviously, Saka's kind of dominated that other side. And as we saw the other day, he played Smith Rowe on that left-hand side as well. It is very frustrating, as a player. Imagine being Martinelli and the guy saying, you've done everything perfect, you've trained incredibly well, and your attitude couldn't be better. I don't really like those comments from managers. It's like, when they tell you everything's perfect, but things aren't perfect, because ultimately Martinelli can't get in the team. He's not even coming off the bench. But I think it is to do with the injury. And saying it's my fault all the time. Well, obviously not. Martinelli's doing something wrong, isn't it? He's doing something wrong. So, let's see if he's involved tomorrow. I would like to hope he's involved. He was asked about Aubameyang. Again, very short answer. Bit of a politician, this guy, isn't he, Mikel Arteta? It's like the Boris Johnson of Premier League football at the moment. And he said, Arteta on Aubameyang. He was asked, is everything all right between him and Aubameyang now? Obviously, there was this thing going around yesterday saying that Aubameyang was going to be fined for leaving the ground without doing a cool-down after the game due to being angry at being left out of the team and not coming off the bench. He said, is everything all right with Aubameyang? Arteta's response was, we've talked, everything has been resolved in a really positive way, and we move forward. So, listen, a rumour came out today in the papers that Aubameyang is set to start tomorrow. And I think that's the best way for Mikel Arteta to get this situation, put away. Start Aubameyang. Let's not talk about it. Hopefully he gets a goal and then we move forward. I don't think you want to make this a bigger story than it is. And I just think if he benches him tomorrow, you're turning it into a bigger story than it needs to be. But the question mark is, has Lacazette done enough to say, you know what, you can't drop me for this game. I've come in, done well, beat Tottenham. Aubameyang let you down. Does Aubameyang deserve to come back into the team, or will he fit both of them in and maybe play Aubameyang on the left? For me at the moment, I only really consider Aubameyang a striker. I don't want to see him back on the left. But listen, it's going to be interesting what he does. He was asked one or two other things. Nothing major, really. We will try to put a really competitive team tomorrow to try and win again. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? It's obvious a manager's going to say that. Arteta was asked about Saka, who was taken off at half-time with a muscular issue. He said he was doing another test. He felt something muscular, but he's been much better and evolving well. We will make the decision this afternoon about what we will do. So Saka will be involved in the squad, whether he plays or not. He was then asked about Martin Odegaard, on Odegaard and Smith Rowe, their partnership. The plan was to have more options and start to create a relationship with players who, in our opinion, can play together. We have to find the structure for them to maximise their potential. And this is what we're trying to do. I think we can all agree that since he's had those creative players, people saying they, cut Arteta some slack. What I will say for Mikel Arteta is, since he's had those number 10s, Smith Rowe came in a bit before, and then obviously Odegaard in January, I think we've seen a better Arsenal. We've seen a connection between the midfield and the strikers. And I think that's why we're not so much just doing, just cross the ball into the box. We're a lot more creative now. And we do look a lot better. So, listen, I will give him that. Like I said, since Christmas, we've been a lot better. But unfortunately, the Premier League season doesn't start at Christmas. It starts in August. So, but I can, he is building. He is building. Just win that Europa League, because I believe we can win that Europa League. I really do. I wouldn't be afraid of anyone in that competition. There you go, Faz. I know I saw your message before. And listen, I'm not one of these people who, because I was critical, I can't then start praising him. I just call it as I see it. We have improved since Christmas, and I will give him praise. Before Christmas, it wasn't good enough, and I will give him criticism. What I thought was really interesting, I didn't get the quotes up, unfortunately, but Bernd Leno did an interview, And Leno said that in the October, November times, he felt the dressing room was quite divided and almost toxic at times, which I thought was really interesting to hear him say that. I'm very honest. And I think a lot of people are alluding to this fact that not necessarily that all these players were in the wrong, but you had Saliba frustrated at not being involved. You had Mesut Ozil left out of the squad completely. You had Socrates left out. You had Mustafi and Kolasinac, all these players who want out. When you've got a lot of players at a football club that are not being played, it can create a very toxic atmosphere, you know, amongst the squad on the training field. And I think Arteta was kind of struggling with that earlier in the season. He had a lot of unhappy players, and it's not easy to train players every day who are very negative. They'll be saying negative things about the manager and in the press and stuff. So I think Leno is kind of alluding to the fact that now these players have gone, it's a much more tight-knit dressing room, and that's why they're getting on better. So listen, yeah, as DJ said, yeah, I did see the bench cam and the Tierney open mic. That was brilliant. Thomas said, agreed, Curtis, no reason we can't win the Europa League. I think we can. Try Gabby up front, please, Arteta. It would be good to see. It would be good to see. Big up South London's finest in here, always supporting. Disgruntled employees, there you go. When you're at a job and you hate it, you know, you don't bring positive energy to the atmosphere, do you? You know, when you're there and you feel like you're being forced to stay there and not played. Yes, Static, hope you're well, bro. Original T, that Leno story is on One Football. There you go. I should know that, considering they sponsor the channel. Let's have a look. Defo Mustafi, the guy would blame everyone else but himself when we concede. First thing Mustafi used to do, make a mistake and put his arms out and blame someone else. You know, ridiculous. There is always more to it. Respect to you for having an open mind. 100, bro. Listen, as I say, call it as I see it. Do you think they will bring the new kit back in stock? Surely they will. Surely they will. You know, that was seemed like there was limited availability on that. So, yeah, surely they'll bring more out as we move on throughout this season, definitely. Curtis, Kevin is going to give you some stick about Arteta next time he's on. Yeah, man. You know what Kev's on already, man. And big up South London's finest. Here we go. He said, it hurts very much, but this team is still alive. It's not the time to feel sorry for ourselves. He added, the attitude is bad. The discipline is lacking, and we have no self-confidence. I mean, they are strong, strong words, man. Strong words. Raul said, the new jumper is fire. Guendouzi has been named the French under-21 captain. And there you go. You've led me into the next story quite nicely there, and we will look at the Guendouzi situation. He did an interview with French Football. I've only brought this quote up. Guendouzi was asked on Mikel Arteta, and he said, I will give everything for Arsenal. He was asked, is the story between Arsenal and Guendouzi over? His response was, no, not at all. Now I'm focused on my season with Hertha Berlin. Next season, we will sit down with my entourage and people at the club to think and discuss the future. I am still an Arsenal player. This season will be a decisive moment. He was then asked, could you come back to Arsenal with Mikel Arteta as manager? He said, yes, of course. I belong to Arsenal for another year until June 2022. He was then asked, your relationship with Mikel Arteta has caused quite a stir. Is your desire truly to resurrect a relationship between the two of you? And Guendouzi said, I am here to improve. From the moment that I am playing for Arsenal, I will give everything for this club, for the fans, for the team, for the staff. I will work hard for the shirt, as I always have done. Now, it's interesting that he never really mentions Arteta's name, you know. I feel like he kind of skates around it, which is quite clever, how he answers that. But at the same time, he's a good player, but his attitude is the problem. You know, I really felt like he would go to Germany and prove his attitude. But I think it'll be very difficult for him to come back. I'm not sure the manager Now he feels the harmony is improving in the dressing room and the club is getting on better. Is he going to want to bring in a petulant, slightly misbehaving Guendouzi back to the club? Has he got talent? Yes, he's better than some of the midfielders that we've got at the club currently. As you said earlier, Thomas, Guendouzi has been named French under-21 captain for the under-21 European Championships, which is a massive responsibility for him. You think about Houssam Aouar is in that squad as well. So clearly they see some sort of leadership in him. The problem is just his attitude. My gut feeling, some people are asking there, I think Guendouzi will probably be sold in the summer. I just don't think Mikel Arteta will want to work with his petulance, if I'm being honest. I don't really rate Guendouzi as a player, but I like his passion and he's not that bad. I agree, I think he is very passionate, seems to care about the club, but it's the attitude and the petulance, Alan O'Flynn, big up Curtis, happy St. Patrick's Day, people. Yes, wherever you are in the world, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I might have a cheeky Guinness tonight, actually. Guendouzi's levels above Xhaka, says Rich. Infamous Mom, did you get the matching joggers? Nah, no joggers, bro. Just the hoodie, man. Did you see the open mic with Tierney, proper leader? The thing with Tierney, right, and I say this a lot, I agree, I think he is a leader. But, a captain responsibility is totally different. He's only 23, I think, 23, 24. Is he ready to be Arsenal captain? Now, I'm not saying that Aubameyang is a great captain, especially, he kind of leads with his play on the pitch and the goals. But is Tierney captain material? He's definitely a leader. All I'm saying, I've seen players in dressing rooms before where they're very good leaders without having to lead, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's definitely got a lot of maturity and, certainly has that winning mentality. I think Aubameyang at times has let himself down as captain. I will be doing a watch-along later, people. 7:45, tune in for that. Chelsea against Atletico Madrid. Much more light-hearted watch-along. And then, obviously, the big one tomorrow, Arsenal Olympiacos. Tony Adams was captain at 20 years of age. I mean, yeah, he's something else, that guy, though. He understood what was what when it came to, playing for Arsenal. He fully understood what it meant. No, listen, I'm not even saying it's got anything to do with age. I'm not even saying the age thing. I'm saying it's different being a good leader without having to lead the team, But listen, maybe he would want to be the captain. But listen, they would have given Aubameyang that contract under the circumstances of him being captain. So Aubameyang will not be giving up that armband, in my opinion. I think he thrives on the captain's armband, when he turns up on time, that is. Jess said, hi, Curtis. I would like to see a different squad with Pepe and Lacazette starting tomorrow. I'm going for a 2-1 win because Sunday we got West Ham, which is another tough game for us. We will get into a predicted lineup shortly. I will do that. No, and as I said, the age is not a problem. I wouldn't care if Tierney was 18. He could still be a captain. What I'm saying is he the actual... Would the team look at him as the leader, the captain? Would they kind of follow behind him? Or would some other players... Because we've still got a little bit of petulance in the dressing room. I get your point, though. I do like Tierney's leadership and his attitude. I just don't think that armband will be taken off Aubameyang. I think part of him signing a contract would have been the armband. Big C, I don't think Arteta has an eye for talent. His treatment of Guendouzi, Saliba, Maitland-Niles, Martinelli, Balogun, etc. is concerning. I do agree with some of them. I think Guendouzi let himself down. I think Saliba should have probably gone on loan at the start of the season, or they should have kept him. They got caught in between the two. Maitland-Niles, I think they should have sold him in the summer for 20 million, or they should have involved him. Martinelli, I think, has kind of held him back because of the injury. The Balogun one frustrates me a little bit. But I think Balogun's agent is playing up. I think that's the problem. But yeah, I mean, when you look at that is 6 very talented players. And only one of them, Martinelli, is even in the squad and he's not even getting game time. So, Europa quarter and semi-final draw Friday. Let's do this and get Glasgow Rangers. I will be doing a live stream for the Europa League draw, only if we're in the draw, of course. You know, if we have a nightmare and get knocked out, I'll have nothing to do with it. But yeah, if we're in it, I'll be doing a live stream for it. Jay Torres says, Curtis, you divided your subscribers with that best 11 stream yesterday. I'm literally still shaking. Bro, do you know how many messages I was getting after on social media and stuff of people saying, like, I can't believe you left Ian Wright out, or I can't believe you didn't put Gilberto in. It's very difficult. And to be honest, what I should have done is planned my team before I got on, but I was kind of going through it as I was picking each player, you know. Certainly in the midfield was difficult. It was like Vieira and one other. You know, would it be Fabregas, Gilberto, Petit? And then we had the whole debate with Ian Wright or Bergkamp, and then I put Overmars on the bench. I had a Lundberg. It was great debate. You guys all put your opinions in as well, and you put some great teams in. I will reply to you in the comments as well. Tierney to play Rangers, I'd love that. Fran, I couldn't resist. You know, I swear down, bro. Do you know what it was? 424 is a very good designer company as well. I've seen a lot of their clothes in flannels and stuff over here before. And a 424 hoodie, just a plain black hoodie with 424 over here in England, sometimes costs about 200, 250 £250. So to get an Arsenal 424 hoodie for £100, it actually ain't that bad when you put it like that. But yeah, I got caught up in the hype, man. We beat Tottenham and my head went, you know, I said, I'm buying it. Right, let's have a look at a couple last issues before we get our predicted lineup for tomorrow. Is this story? It isn't even the full story. I'm just showing you the headline. It's according to El Gol Digital, Martin Odegaard has told his agent to start negotiations with Real Madrid in an attempt to make his stay at Arsenal permanent. Now, I want to talk to you about a couple of things regarding this story because it's not clear cut. It's not clear cut. Number one, the story going around is that Real Madrid want £40 million for Martin Odegaard this summer if they are going to allow him to leave the football club. Now, my first question to you, would you pay £40 million for Martin Odegaard, right? £40 million. The second one, they're saying it's not actually clear cut whether Real Madrid will allow him to leave. Apparently Zidane, despite not involving him much, is actually a fan of him. And they're saying now, you know, Luka Modric was fantastic yesterday for anyone who watched Real Madrid. But I think he's 34, 35. You got Toni Kroos. They've got a lot of aging players, Isco, players like this. They still may need convincing to allow him to leave the football club. There was also a rumour that if Real Madrid don't allow him to leave on a permanent, they may allow him to have a second year on loan at Arsenal, but with no option to buy again. Now, I want to know your thoughts on those two scenarios, right? Number one, if the deal was possible and Real Madrid say, listen, we'll let him go, would you pay £40 million for Odegaard, right? And the second one, if Madrid were not willing to let him go, but said you can have him for one more year on loan, but you won't be able to buy him on a permanent, would you take him on loan for another year with no possibility of signing him on a permanent at the end of it? I agree with this. I'd rather have Odegaard over Buendia. I do agree with that. I'll take 40 million for him. He's only going to get better. Exactly. The guy's 22 years of age. Ben says 35 million max. 40 million is a tad steep. I think in a pandemic market with Arsenal, I think 40 million would really stretch Arsenal. Like, we'd have to get a really good payment plan, you know, cash generator business, pay it over 8 years or something. But no, I think 40 million would stretch Arsenal. I do. Defo 40 million. Ollie Watkins was 35. I mean, yeah, when you put it like that, Fran, kind of makes sense. It's just, I was kind of hoping we was getting him for like 25, 30, 40 million. He's probably 10 million more than I expected, but he's a very, very good player. Hopefully, end of the season, Curtis won't be like, where's this receipt? I want a refund. I'm telling you, don't let me down, Arsenal, please, man. This guy has 10 years in him. He could be worth 80 million in 2 years. Stan could let go of a few million. Dude, he's not hurting, it's true. But will he? Curtis, what about a 1-year loan for Martin Odegaard and sign Aouar? I'd take that as a backup, to be honest, if we couldn't get him. Loan with obligation to buy in 2022, so we have more money to play with in the summer. I mean, that would be ideal. Get him on loan for another year with an obligation. But as I said, the story is saying that Madrid are still in two minds whether they will sell him on a permanent. So it's not clear cut. It's not clear cut, you know. I think 40 million is actually quite good. Yeah, I mean, it's Real Madrid, isn't it? They don't just get bumped on players. Big up Igal as well. Curtis, my guy, do you think Gabriel Martinelli is going to be a striker? From now on, does that mean we won't buy another striker? I mean, listen, for me, bro, I would, towards the end of this season now in the Premier League, I think we're going to get into a situation where I think we know now top four's gone. We're kind of playing to see if we can get a Europa League spot in the league. I think the pressure will be less in the league and it will all focus on the Europa League. So I would like to see Martinelli play up front in some of these Premier League games towards the back end of the season when the pressure's maybe not so high. I think that low centre of gravity, that high energy, that ability to press, it's what we need to see is how good can he play with his back to goal and his level of intelligence through the middle. But listen, I look at the potential strikers that we could go and buy this summer. People are talking about, obviously, if Lacazette goes, you've got Ivan Toney, 30 plus million for a guy from the Championship. Now, although he looks a very, very good talent, no guarantees he comes to the Prem and hits it off. Odsonne Edouard in Scotland, they're saying he could go to Leicester. Not easy to get. You look in Europe, Memphis Depay is a free, but he may go to Barcelona if Koeman stays there. Danny Ings, they're talking about 40 to 50 million. He's about 28. There's no actual clear-cut option of, right, go and sell Lacazette and go and buy him. Everybody comes with an element of risk, right, in terms of another striker. So if you can make Martinelli that striker and save yourself going and spending 30 or 40 million in the market, then it definitely works. It definitely works. But listen, we'll have to see. I'd take Toney, finally someone to get on the end of our crosses. Aguero's a free in July. I mean, it's amazing. Aguero's now being linked with Barcelona. I remember reading when Barcelona bought Luis Suarez from Liverpool that they picked Suarez ahead of Aguero at the time as the striker they wanted to buy. They felt Suarez had a little bit more to his game. But Aguero on a free to Barcelona, go and play with Messi. I think he'd still bang goals in over there, you know. 690 people watching, 145 likes. Everyone smash the like button. Big up everyone in the chat. Hit the likes. Let's get at least past 200. Let me know what you think regarding Martin Odegaard. Would you pay £40 million for him? And just touching on what Igal said there in the comments, do you believe that Gabriel Martinelli can be our striker? Not ahead of Aubameyang, but as our, giving us two options to have going into next season. Martinelli is a striker, in my opinion. His pacing behind and his pressing from the front would be brilliant. I definitely think he ends up playing up front for Arsenal. He's got all the natural qualities, in my opinion. Hugo Boss said, I can't believe Curtis Shaw is donning the new hoodie. Come on, G, after all you said still. Oh, man, I know. I couldn't resist, man. We all love this football club, unfortunately, and they drew me in. They drew me in. As I said earlier, man, I like the 424 brand and the black and red colour combination just done me, man. Curtis, your followers is down 23k. What on earth are YouTube doing? I swear it was near 40k. I wish it was, bro. Maybe in the future. Nah, this is the highest we've been. We'll get to 40k eventually. Don't worry, people. Is that the actual Arsenal hoodie? It is. Yeah. As you can see, I couldn't resist, people. They drew me in. They beat Tottenham and drew me in, man. The adverts ruined me. Brazilian Jamie Vardy, he could be. You never know. You never know. Yeah, next day delivery, bro. Cop that yesterday, came this morning. Looking sharp as always. Big up, bro. Big up, bro. Curtis, don't worry about it. The money goes back to Adidas. It's cool. It's your choice as well. I mean, yeah, because I'm sure a lot of the merch that we buy, it doesn't necessarily like just go to Arsenal. I think Adidas pay the club the money, and then kind of what we spend goes to Adidas. I don't know how it works. I was kind of along them lines. I'm sure some of you guys know more than me. You lot are calling me out, innit, man? But I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it, people. Let's do. They're saying 5% goes to the club. There you go. Out of what, 100? They're getting £5. I can deal with that. On a different question, what do you think about all these English players coming to play for Jamaica? Listen, I don't want them to stop young players, especially coming through in Jamaica. But I think that for Jamaica to qualify for World Cups and get to where they get to, or where they need to get to, bear in mind Jamaica haven't qualified since 98. We're now in 2021. They've got to start bringing English-born players in, man. You know, they've got Ravel Morrison now. Wes Morgan's there. Obviously, Mikel Antonio. I believe Damari Gray, Isaac Hayden. All these players are going to go as well. Obviously, Leon Bailey's there, although he is born in Jamaica. So I think Jamaica have to do that. And I think you'll see them qualify for a World Cup if they do that. I mean, their front three could be Leon Bailey on the left, Damari Gray on the right, and Mikel Antonio through the middle with Ravel Morrison in the 10. I mean, that is a good front four. That would cause damage in their qualification group. So, yeah, listen. I think they have to do it. I think they have to. Let's have a look. It will put Jamaica on the map, and the kids will look up to them and raise their quality. There you go. I think they have to. I think they definitely have to. It will help them. It will definitely help them. Shay Adams got international call-up for Scotland. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've actually played football with this guy before and never knew he had anything to do with Scotland in him. But yeah, I'm sure he'll be very good for Scotland. He's having, you know what, he's improved. When he first went there to Southampton, I thought he was struggling in the Prem. Thought the Prem was really struggling. He was struggling to adjust to the Prem, but he's becoming a good striker in the Prem now. You know, I could see him getting a move from Southampton in the next year or so. Big fan of Leon Bailey. Yeah, he's a good player. Oh, you was always getting that 424 hoodie, Curtis, bro. Oh, man, I found it difficult to walk away. But we are where we are, people. Right, let's look ahead. Game tomorrow. Shane McAdams, there you go. Olympiacos. I want to know your teams, people. I want to know your teams. Big up my fellow Knots compadre in here. Great to see how well you're doing. Your channel is doing, Curtis. Fellow Knots man from Sherwood. Yes, big up Knots 21. As you know, I'm from St. Anne's, man. Brewster's Road, so you're not too far from me. How much did that hoodie cost? £100, bro. £100. It's not great, but it is what it is. Some of the Jamaican-born players are better than people coming in from England in their positions anyway, so it will be a mix, yeah. Look like you was a big baller, proper baller, boss. Right, team for tomorrow, people. Olympiacos, we need to get the job done. 3-1 up, we should qualify. But Arsenal are that one team where if ever anyone could blow that lead, it's us, you know. I think the first goal is vital. If we score first, I think the tie is over. But if they were to score first, would make it very interesting, that's for certain. But I am confident we'll get the win. So let's pick the 4-2-3-1 that we pick. In the comments, people, let me know who would play where. I mean, Leno's got to stay in goal, right? We've got to go Leno. I don't think this is the time to play Matt Ryan. I think, you know, imagine Matt Ryan came in and made 2 mistakes in the first 20 minutes or something and we're 2-0 down. A lot of you are saying Matt Ryan. I'm shocked at that. Drop Leno, but I think Leno's got to play. We can't take no chances. So for me, I'm going Leno in goal. So we go with Bernd Leno in goal. We can't afford to risk it. We can't afford to risk it. Right back, people. I mean, in my head, it would be Cedric Suarez, 100%. I thought he had a good game. Mikel Arteta was talking about how well Hector Bellerin did last week against Olympiacos. So that makes me think he will probably play Becky Tree in right back, you know. Bellerin rests Cedric, you're saying. Chambers, that's interesting. So some people are saying don't play Cedric so that we can play Cedric against West Ham. Bellerin, Captain Bellerin, I like Cedric a lot. Hecky B going in. Big up McLovin, he said Bellerin shouldn't get near the first 11. Cedric is key. Cedric, probably Becky Trees will play. Chambers, Hecky Beckham's. Bellerin did well last game, he did. But for me, this is the biggest game of our season. You know, I know we're winning 3-1. I'm going Cedric. You know, I don't want to take any chances for this game. You know, Bellerin's got mistakes in him. Foul throws. You know, he can make mistakes. So I'm going to go with... and I don't think Cedric needs a rest. You know, like you said. Well, it's interesting, Ebby. You said Cedric can rest the international break. He's actually been called up to the Portuguese squad. Ahead of Nelson Semedo and Ricardo Pereira, which I thought was crazy. And as Charlie's saying here, don't you think Cedric is an underrated signing? Got him on a free and has been decent all season. I think apart from the mistake against Aston Villa, he's had a very good season. Even at left back, he was solid there as well. But yeah, I will stick with Cedric. At right back, left back picks itself. You know, and as you're saying here, if we play a weak team and concede early, the pressure will mount. And we know that Arsenal have got mistakes in them. So left back will be Kieran Tierney. You know, we haven't even got another left back to even have an argument. What I want to know next, give me your two centre backs. Give me both of your centre backs. Do we stick with what's working? At the moment, I feel like Gabriel is now back to the Gabriel that we had earlier in the season. Do we give David Luiz a rest? You know, he is 33, he's playing a lot of football. Or is it just a case of, look, stick with it? David Luiz doesn't play for Brazil, so he's going to effectively have 2 weeks to recover. So do we just get David Luiz through Thursday, through West Ham? Or would some of you like to see Pablo Mari given the chance next to Gabriel? Matt says, yes, Curtis, new sub, first message. I'd be happy seeing the likes of Chambers, Holding and Mari in the squad tomorrow. Big up, Matt. Thank you for subscribing. I mean, you'd play what? Maybe Holding and Mari at centre-back with Chambers at right-back? Possibly. Matt says Mari and Holding. Scarati said Mari and Gabby. Polymation, Luiz and Gabriel. Lone Star says Mari and Gabriel. Gabriel and Holding, Luiz and Gabriel, Mari and Holding. Would give Holding and Mari some minutes. Love to see Mari. I just think it's very risky. You know, a lot of you were saying like, you know, Holding and I just think it's risky. I feel like listen, I would like to see, I've got to be honest, I would like to see Pablo Mari and Gabriel. That's what I would like to see. But again, can we afford to take a chance? If those two were playing centre back and we conceded early, is it panic stations? But I kind of feel like we can't rely on a 33-year-old David Luiz every week to carry us through the game. We need to field our strongest side. Luiz and Gabby, guys. Gabriel and Holding. See, I wouldn't play Holding. I really wouldn't. He's putting Chambers at right back here. If Holding is the answer, what is the question? I think if Holding's the answer, it's let's go to extra time tomorrow night. Big up, Curtis. We need to go as strong as possible. Look how we started to flop when Spurs went down to 10 men. It's true. I'm going to go with Gabriel's a cert, right? Gabriel is a cert. He's in form. He's young. He's fresh. He's back. We've got to play him, right? We have to play him. The issue is, do we give David Luiz a rest? Man said Saliba. One player I definitely would not play is Rob Holding. I would not play Rob Holding at all. Olympiacos has to score 3 goals to have a chance. I mean, No, I wouldn't play Holding. Mari is the calmest defender. Play Gabriel and Mari in the final. You said it yourself. There is a mistake in us. Why not try a new partnership? Yeah, I kind of feel like... But then David Luiz playing so well. Yeah, no, do you know what? Why not? Let's take a chance. I don't feel like it's that big a risk. You know, I really don't. I'm going to go Pablo Mari next to Gabriel. I think that can work. David Luiz is 33. He's played a heck of a lot of football. And I don't want us to feel like we're relying on a 33-year-old all the time. He is playing well. He's not in the Brazil squad. So he does have a break during the international break. But people say, some of you saying, you know, don't experiment. I get you. But no, I'm going to risk it. Why not? Realistically, look, I'm going to be honest. He's going to play David Luiz. He's going to play David Luiz. No, do you know what? Nah, it's true. No, I'm changing it. You just never know in football how things can go. Them two, because David Luiz is the leader, I feel like he can recover from it. If something goes wrong. You just don't know how Pablo Mari and Gabriel would react if something went wrong. It is the biggest game of the season for us. If anything, play Pablo Mari on Sunday. So I'm changing my mind. If it's the biggest game of the season, we've got to play our strongest team in reality. So give David Luiz a rest against West Ham, you know, because Antonio, you know, he's a problem on the weekend. But no, I'm going to go with that. It's the biggest game of the season. And listen, Arsenal being 2 goals in front, it never means the tie is over, you know. So, yeah, I'll go with that. I keep hearing you say that Real Madrid is in debt, but as a hardcore Madrid fan, I know that we don't have money problem. The Madrid mayor always has our back and the investors too. Yeah, I know that. They always find money from somewhere. Now you realise how hard it is to pick a team. I know. Do you know what? I wanted to play Pablo Mari, but then I'm just thinking, imagine us going down 1-0 after 10 minutes. How are Pablo Mari and Gabriel going to react? Imagine El Arabi's ripping up the place. It's like, do you know what I mean? So, no, I'll just stick with it. Just get through this. If he's tired, then rest him for West Ham. Simple as that. Every game we play is a final, but the Europa League is bigger. Midfield, Thomas Partey, of course. And I've got to pick Granit Xhaka. There's no other choice. I think Xhaka's played 14 games in a row. Would you guys play a different midfielder? Just let me know. I can't see him playing anything else. To be honest, I think Ceballos coming on and making mistakes has played him out of the team. ABP says Partey and El Neni. Ron says Partey and Xhaka. Arteta will rest Partey for Ceballos. I mean, that I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. Dingle said I'd give El Neni a go. We have 5 subs, so play strong. Then if all goes well, change, give others a chance. There you go. You could actually make 5 subs after 60 minutes. If we're winning 1 or 2-0 or something, make all 5 changes. That's half of your outfield players off the bench. Let's look at the number 10 and the 2 wingers. Are you sticking with the Odegaard, Smith Rowe, or are you playing 2 wingers? All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll play Nicolas Pepe on the right for the simple fact Saka came off with a tight hamstring. There's no way I'm risking him. There's no way. Even if Mikel Arteta saying he thinks he'll be available in the squad, but I wouldn't start Saka. I think he's tired. He's played a lot of football. And I'd like to see something slightly different this time. I think I would like to see Martinelli play on the left. I think it's time to play him, man. You don't want to rely on the same players all the time. You want a number of players playing well. Jamal said Pepe on the right, but I think when he's got Cedric behind him, he can play on the right, as we saw against Leicester and games like that. I think Bellerin behind him is the problem. The only thing with doing this, you know, who do you play at 10? Who do you play at 10, people? Are we sticking with Odegaard or are we playing Smith Rowe? Like, I feel like I just want to play Odegaard. I don't know why. I just enjoy it. He scored 2 in his last 2 games. And I think with the pace around him of Martinelli and Pepe, I think he'd be great. Let's see who you guys are saying. Odegaard, Smith Rowe. More calls for Smith Rowe, I think. Free Martinelli. Arteta sacrificed him to play Willian. Odegaard, Smith Rowe was better. Smith Rowe. Can't drop Odegaard at the moment. I'm going to go for Odegaard. I am. I'm going to go for Odegaard. Scored 2 in his last 2. Putting him in the team. I know that's a bit harsh on Smith Rowe, but Smith Rowe will play against West Ham. And then up front for me, I'm playing Aubameyang. Oh, they finally put the picture up. There you go. It's back. He went missing, but he's back. I'm playing Aubameyang up front for the simple reason I want that story to be stopped talking about. I think he should play, get him a goal, get his confidence back, and then we don't have to keep talking. Because if he's on the bench, people will say, "Oh, Arteta's still not playing him after he turned up late." You know, and Lacazette did do well the other day, but we still have to understand that Lacazette has got a year left on his deal this summer. And the club may be having thoughts about getting rid of him. Aubameyang is our main man. And I think just play Aubameyang, get him his goal. And if we're winning after 60, 70 minutes, you bring Lacazette on. You can bring Smith Rowe on. You can get Xhaka off, who's played a lot of football. Maybe bring El Neni or Ceballos on. You could even take David Luiz off for Pablo Mari after 60 minutes if Arsenal are winning 2-0. Obviously, you've got 5 substitutions in the Europa League. You could even take Kieran Tierney off and play Cedric at left back with Bellerin at right back. So you've got options. I can see some of you have put some different things. Some of you are saying, look, put Gabby in the team. Lacazette was shattered after the derby. I mean, he played 90 minutes. You can even bring Nketiah on. I don't know about that. You know the team on the screen won't be played. 100%. 100%. Martinelli won't start, I don't think. You'll probably see Smith Rowe maybe out wide. You might even see a Willian. This is more likely to probably be Willian, Odegaard and Smith Rowe than it is Pepe, Odegaard, Martinelli. I think Xhaka and Partey will play. I think Bellerin will probably play over Cedric. You know, I think he'll play Becky Tree at right back because he just loves the guy, don't he? I think the rest of the team. I think he'll pick the keeper, 3 of the back 4, the 2 centre mids. I think he'll pick 1 out of those 3 attacking midfielders and wingers, and I think he'll pick Aubameyang. I think that team would win. I do think that team would win. What would you change in this team? What would you change? El Neni will start, says Baron. I'll be surprised. I think he'll make 1 or 2 changes because I think he will want to freshen it up. Bellerin will play. I think that. I could see Tierney being rested, Cedric and left back, Bellerin on the right. If that happened, I could understand it because we don't have another left back. Cedric got called up by Portugal. His stock is rising. It's true. And the fact he got called up over Pereira and Semedo was a big surprise to me as well. I'd love to rest players, but then I start getting Emery Crystal Palace flashbacks. There you go. Oneni will start to protect our lead. If this team ends up being the 11 tomorrow, probably the assistant with the headphones was watching your stream. Oh, my days. I can't see him picking this team. I don't think Martinelli will start. This is a very strong team, Curtis. We have to trust our bench more. Listen, that bench for me, Premier League, enjoy it all you want. Europa League, it's only a 2-goal lead, people. It's only a 2-goal lead, man. If they scored in the first 15, 20 minutes, that game's on edge straight away. And Arsenal are capable of doing that, you know. So I can't say I'm completely confident in Arsenal, that the game is over. It should be. It definitely should be, with a 2-goal lead, 3 away goals as well. Surely the whole tie should be over, really. But you just never know with Arsenal. You never know with Arsenal. If anyone can blow a 2-goal lead, it is Arsenal Football Club. That's for certain. We're just that team. I have done a preview with Gate 7 International, the Olympiacos channel who I did the show with last week. That will be out either later tonight or first thing in the morning. So everyone look out for that. That'll be out. Let me just show you this last picture. This is believed to be Arsenal's kit for next season. This big one here. I mean, it looks okay. I'm not massively keen on this neck that they've got, and they've got blue Adidas stripes down the side. The blue doesn't really make sense to me. Is it better than this season's? I would say probably not. But that's the first viewing of that. And apparently this yellow one here is allegedly going to be next season's away kit. Again, yellow. It's not bad. The kits are very similar. Apparently we're going to go back to the old badge for the away kit for some reason. So there are potentially, and this apparently is, you can't even see it properly, but this is supposed to be the third kit, like a dark blue with a red collar. So potential new Arsenal kits there. I don't know with Adidas. I do like Adidas. It's 10 times better than Puma, but they're not, if them kits are true, they're not very creative. Very boring kits, to be honest. And yeah, you know what? I do like, I like Nike more. I think they do a bit more with their kits than Adidas. Adidas, very simple. I mean, those kits don't get me excited. I think, like you said, this season our kits would be top of the league. Unfortunately, our team is 10th. Although, like I said, we have been better since Christmas, but our kits have been fire. Our merch has been fire. I copped first day, next day delivery, man. I needed that here this morning for the video, But yeah, those kits look a little bit boring. Hopefully they're not exactly right. And they look very basic kits, man. Just plain colours with your 3 Adidas stripes. Not a lot to them. You still end up buying them. Oh, man. Puma was dark days. I didn't like many of the Puma kits. The only thing I liked was, they were a good fit. Slim fit kits. There was a couple of good ones. I like the gold one, Alexis Sanchez days. And 1 or 2 others, but there was a few stinkers as well. When I just joined the chat and saw you was wearing the hoodie you refused to buy, killed me off. I'm sure I'll get more stick in the comments after as well. I would love that black 424 kit as our away kit. Yeah, that is fire. That is proper fire. Should we sack him tomorrow if he eliminates us? Listen, if we don't win tomorrow, if we get knocked out tomorrow, right? Oh, man. It won't happen, I'm sure. But listen, if we were to get knocked out, I'd be making a movie. Never mind a Netflix series. I'd be doing a whole movie, a 2-hour show, talking about everything, why I don't want this guy. But listen, I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm sure he'll be fine. And yeah, Friday's stream, I'd have to put an 18 on it to say, this is going to get brutal. This ain't going to be nice. I'd have to put a warning on that one. But nah, I'm sure. Surely not. Arsenal, you can't mess things up. We've got a 2-goal lead, 3 away goals. I think we'll win the game. I think we'll beat Olympiacos. As I said, the preview will be out first thing tomorrow morning. I'll put that out. I'll put that out first thing tomorrow morning. I'll be back later on today. 7:45, Chelsea against Atletico Madrid. Tomorrow morning, Arsenal v Olympiacos preview. I may do a 2 o'clock show tomorrow, and then you've got the watch along tomorrow, early evening. Arsenal against Olympiacos, and it is an earlier kickoff tomorrow. It is 5 to 6 UK time. So join me for that. We've got lots of content coming up. Smash a like on the video, guys. And obviously, I will do a watch along to the Europa League draw on Friday, as long as Arsenal are in the draw, which I'm sure we will be. So big up, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Smash a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And enjoy my 4-2-4 training kit. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. Bless.